Thank you, Alyssa. Yeah, you should have your review out and ready or accessible. So hopefully you did it. All right, so it's We Share Wednesday. If anybody wants to share anything, I'm ready. That much to share, huh? Oh, Alyssa said her bird is starting to learn to talk. Is this your new bird? Oh, how fun. I don't think so. All right. Who is it happy early birthday to? Haley. And Gino, wait a minute, I'm missing something. I'm so excited. You guys must be young if you're asking people how old they are, because that's not an appropriate question, just FYI. That's a little too personal, just in case you're wondering. All right, I am just a little bit older than you guys, 18 and 19, just a little bit, right? It's true. You would hope I'm a little bit older if I have 4 kids, right? Okay. So today we're supposed to review. I know that some people yesterday had some internet issues thanks to CenturyLink, right? CenturyLink had a huge outage yesterday. So it's so exciting. I don't know if I ever want to go to Disney World, just FYI. I've never been there, but I'm not sure I ever need to go anywhere with people again. I'm just kidding. Maybe I will someday. I'm sure Disney World is way better than Disneyland. Yeah, I'm sure it is. And I wanted to go there at one point, and then, you know, coronavirus. Now I don't need to go there. And Florida is a crazy place, right? Like, I don't know about any of you, but Florida is crazy. Mason, I should have guessed that, right? Okay, so truthfully, I don't have any thing to judge it off of other than what I see in the news, right? That all the craziness happens in Florida. But I've never been to Florida. So there you go. Nice. I didn't know I had so many Florida people here. Mason, Vanessa, are you from the same part of Florida? What part of Florida are you from, Vanessa? And what part are you from? South Florida. I don't know anything about Florida other than what's
I was
on the
born
map.
in Hialeah, Florida.
What part of Florida is that?
Yeah, like that's like South Florida, like not the nice Florida that everyone knows.
Nice. I don't know any nice Florida or bad Florida. So there you go. I just hear all the crazy news from Florida. How long have you been in Arizona?
We moved into Arizona when I was like 10, but I lived in Pembroke Pines and Fort Lauderdale like Mason did.
Nice. And you go back to Florida ever?
Yeah, I'm actually going back in December this year.
Yay. How fun. Is it fun? Do you still have a lot of family or friends there?
Yeah, all my family lives in Florida and Colombia, but for the most part, I only have like my mom's side here, which is very little, but all of my dad's side lives in Florida and Colombia.
Nice. How did they end up in Arizona? How did your part of the end up in Arizona?
My mom's sister or my aunt lived here, and so my mom wanted to be closer to her, so we moved to Arizona to be here with them. And plus, Florida is really expensive, and Arizona is not as expensive, and so we just moved here. So like, well, we could get an apartment over there. We could get like a big house here.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think that's why we're getting all the California people too, right? Is because it's cheaper in Arizona, even though people in Arizona think it's expensive. All right, so Laura asked you what part of Colombia. Did you hear that? Did you see that in the chat?
Yeah,
and I love that Joy is bringing up the Florida part. Go ahead, sorry.
You're good. My dad's from Bogota and my mom's from Cali.
I love how people in the background need to add in. That's perfect.
It's literally my mom. She's like, I'm from Cali.
Okay, tell your mom we said hi. All right, so good. I don't know how you're feeling about the quiz tomorrow. So I want to do a warm up with you first, and it's about odds. So it's kind of from a long time ago, and that's why I want to do it to see how you're doing with that. So I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to do a problem on odds, and then we will be in our breakout rooms and do some of the review. But I'm going to give you some test info first, because I want to make sure I give you some details. So first, let's try these three problems. So the first one, just make sure you read them carefully. They're all odds. So I'm going to give you about 3 minutes to do all of those, and then we'll talk about them together. We don't have to do a 3, 2, 1 chat. We just want to see how you're doing. So when you're finished, just type to me something fun in the chat. Appropriate, but fun, okay? When you're finished with all three.
Guys, the core, come on, it's like, yes.
Okay, I think we're getting close to being done. Am I correct? All right. This class cracks me up with your chats, let me tell you. So on the very first one, if you pick one card at random from a standard deck of 52 cards, what are the odds it will be a face card? Morgan, what'd you get?
I got 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10. Can you tell us how you got 3 out of 10?
Yes, 1 second. I have to find it.
Okay,
Okay, wait. I got it. Okay.
you're good.
So I said that there were 40 unfaced cards. So I did 12 over 40, and then that simplified to 3 over 10.
All right, nice. So when you do odds, remember if it's odds in favor, it's going to be successes to failures. And so Morgan explained it great. There's 12 face cards, so those would be our successes. And then there's 40 not face cards, so those would be our failures. So 12 to 40 simplifies to 3 to 10. Any questions on that? All right. So how about number 2? Who got number 2 correct? Oh, Joya, do you know why there's actually 12 face cards?
Yeah, I was
in
just
a
thinking
second.
about like I think I was just thinking about like the sections because I was like, oh, there's four face cards in every section or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
But,
I get it.
yeah.
So there's 3 per suit. Oh, and on the quiz tomorrow, I have a picture of the deck of cards. So it's in the questions. So you don't have to pull it up or anything. It's there for you. Okay. All right. Laura, thank you for just doing all the problems for us. I appreciate you. So we'll just scroll to this page and say, oh, look, Laura is right on all of them. Did you fix the first one? Instead of 3 to 13, it's 3 to 10. Okay, good. So, oh my gosh, not the Russian roulette. That's not a thing. Don't say Russian roulette. Just roulette. Okay? Russian roulette is with a gun. We're not doing that one. Okay. Roulette is just roulette, not Russian roulette. Oh, that was a little stressful. Thank goodness we're not in class face-to-face, right? Okay, I don't ask any roulette questions, so you're good. No worries about that. And I definitely don't ask any Russian roulette question. Yes, thank you, Mason. Do not search videos on Russian roulette. What's hilarious is someone in my last class said the exact same thing. So that's just putting me over the edge today. Yes, let's talk about both of them, number 2 and number 3. First, let's look at number 2. So Laura, can you explain where you got your 41 out of 51?
Yeah, so there were 92 total life outcomes, I think. Or the probability, okay, so the probability of a given event is 51 out of 92. So I subtracted 52 from 92 and I got 41. 51 from 92 and I got 41. And so that means that the odds for the event are 51 and the odds 51 out of 92. And the probability of the event not happening is 41 out of 92.
Excellent. Okay, so, and this is how I did the problem, which is exactly what Laura explained. 92 is the total. So when they give you probability, they're giving you the successes to the total. So we take that total of 92, we subtract off our successes of 51, and we get 41, which is our failures. Okay, and then it said the odds against the event happening, which would be failures to successes. And so that's why we did 41 to 51. Questions on number 2? Are you okay on that one? Okay, how about the last one? How about the last one? The 3 to 1. Who can explain how they did that problem? No one?
I'll do it.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, so the chances of getting a heart is 13 out of 39. And so I just simplified that and I got 1/3. And then it said the odds it won't be a heart. So you put the 3 at in the beginning and then in the one after.
Nice. So there's 13 hearts. There's 39 not hearts, right? So I'm going to erase this one. Since they want it will not be a heart, we want to put not hearts first. So we're going to say 39 to 13, and then we need to simplify. Okay. And Alyssa put it in the chat too, a nice way to do it. If there's 4 suits, there's 3 that aren't hearts. There's only 1 that is hearts. Okay. That might help too. Okay. So does everybody have the review? Okay. Is there anybody who needs the review? Because they didn't get it.
I need the review.
Okay. Let me put it in the chat for you. I actually modified the review just a little bit. I took off a question, and the question that I took off was on number 4. And the reason I took it off was it was a problematic question. If you looked at number 4, the very last one said, find the probability, it was conditional probability. Sorry, I'm looking at it right now. I put the review in the chat. The last one said, find the probability that you pick a heart, you don't put it back, and then you draw the king of hearts. So the problem with that one is, what if you drew the king of hearts the first time, right? Then there's no chance of drawing the king of hearts the second time. So if I would have made it anything other than a heart, if I would have said, what's the probability of drawing a king? I think it said draw, no, it said draw heart, not putting it back and then drawing a king of diamonds or a king of clubs or a king of spades, it would have been fine. But the way it was worded was not fine. The good news is there's not one of those on the test. So that's written poorly. It's written nicely. So I think you'll be fine with that one. I do have the key, right? It's on Canvas. So you could look at the key on Canvas. How many of you finished the review already? Alyssa said she finished. Morgan, Gino, Laura, Jonathan. How many others have you finished? Okay, Brianna, Melissa. Excellent. So what I'm doing is I'm putting you in breakout rooms. So Haley, if you haven't started, you'll want to start right when you get in your breakout room. I think you're not alone. So if you didn't start yet, make sure you start right away and don't look at the key until you're actually finished, because it will be not really studying if you look at the key before you've done it. Now, let me give you some pointers on the test. I had to format it a little differently so you could make sure that you are going to put the numbers in the format that I need. So when it's a fraction for an answer, I have a blank for the numerator. I have the slash sign, so for the fraction bar, and then I have another blank for the denominator. So make sure you put numerator and then denominator. They go in separate boxes. The same is true with the odds ones that are ratios with the colon in between. I have a box for the first part of the ratio, then I have the colon there, and then I have a box for the second ratio, the second part of the ratio. So just make sure you're formatting it nicely. Sometimes people make typos in the Canvas portion. That's why you write it on your paper. You don't have to write the question down. Just show your work and write the answer. So then when I look at your work, I can give you partial credit if you've made a mistake in simplifying, or if you've made a mistake with rounding. So that being said, some of these questions didn't ask for fraction, decimal, and percent. On the test, I ask for all three. It has to be allowing you to make a copy of the review. Like, it's impossible. It's not locked or anything. You do have to make a copy though. So I allowed any of you to view it, then you just have to go make a copy of the review. But on the fraction, decimal, percent, make sure you practice doing all three of those so that on the test you understand what's happening, okay? So any questions? Oh, and after the test, you'll upload your work as a PDF, just like you always do. It's going to be exactly like the last test in that those links will be available to you, right? The graphing calculator, those calculators will be available to you if you need those. And like I said, the cards pop up in the question, so you shouldn't have a problem with that. All right, so any questions before I put you in your breakout rooms? If you're already done with everything, what I want you to do, because I know there's some of you out there, if you're already done, go to your breakout room, check in with them, see who's done, who's not done. And you don't have to give them your answers. You don't have to explain it to them. I mean, you could if you were a great partner. You're not going to tell them the answers, but you can help them out. And then I want you to, I just screwed up all your breakout rooms because I'm trying to multitask. It's a terrible idea. And once you're finished, you've checked in with your class, you can, with your team, you can come back to the main room. I'll be there, or call me to your room, and we can talk about what you need to do next before you leave class, okay? So questions for me? If you're already finished and you just want to study, because that's a great idea, what you can do is you can log on to more and you can do practice questions like the questions that we did. So, and because it's in review mode, so it's not going to mess anything up, and you'll be able to see if you got the answers right or not. Looking through your review is not actually studying. So if that's your idea of studying, you need to revise that. I don't think this test should be too hard, but if you just pretend studied, it might be hard. Okay, I'm almost done. Any other questions for me, or any questions for me? All right, so I just opened your room. There's a couple of you I just have to put in your room, just so you know. Mariella, yeah, it's going to tell you there's a separate blank for each one. It'll say fraction, then decimal, then percent. Brianna, did you find your breakout room? Yeah, you should have an invite already. It's room 2. So if you go to more at the bottom of your screen or the 3 dots, you should see join breakout room. I can't hear you. You unmuted, but I couldn't hear. Are you good? Okay. Can you guys still see my iPad screen? Okay,
Yes.
good. We have to wait for everybody else to get back. They have 30 seconds. I should have just made them close automatically, right? Okay, so you can see my screen here. Read through that, and then I'm just going to tell you one other thing. All right, welcome back. So just a reminder, you're taking your test on Lockdown Browser. The test is going to open in Canvas at 11 and it'll close at 12. I gave you 1 hour. I know some of you might have class at 12, but you could just log out before that. You don't have to use the whole hour. You're going to have 15 minutes after you're done to upload your written work. I'll be on Zoom, so if you have tech issues, come to Zoom, okay? Make sure that you're able to be viewed. I really like to see your desktop, even though it'll say low facial recognition. I like to see where you're working. Don't forget your environment video and show both sides of your paper, okay, your blank paper. Your review, you're finishing, this counts as a grade, so make sure you upload it completed, okay? I have the key, so you should have no worries looking at the problems. You, instead of an exit ticket, you have an assignment that says info on taking probability quiz 1, part 1. So make sure you do that. That'll be in lieu of your exit ticket, okay? And then don't worry about this exit ticket. I won't see you, okay? Hopefully I won't see you, right? Because you're not gonna have any issues. So you don't have to worry about this. Don't forget to finish your probability. This right here, PC5 more mini lesson will be due by Sunday. So since I'm not going to see you tomorrow, I just wanted to tell you what your homework was for tomorrow. Okay. And I'm going to try to get all of the homework for the rest of the probability unit up so you could work ahead if you want to. Okay. All right. Have a great day. Good luck studying. I have office hours tonight if you need it, and tomorrow morning if you need it. So look those up. Let me know if you have any questions. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you dizzy. Okay, bye-bye. Have a great weekend. Don't forget to take the quiz tomorrow. See you later.
Wait,
Mason.
we're,
Bye, Victoria.
I had a question real quick.
Yes, Mariella, I'm ready.
So where is that thing that we're supposed to do instead of the exit ticket?
It's on Canvas. It's called, let me look for it. Hold on. It's called, why is it not here? I'll put it there. That's weird. It must not be published. You'll see it in just a minute. Okay.
Okay.
It's called Info on Taking the Probability Quiz Part 1. And it will be there in, as soon as I can get it there, maybe a minute.
Okay.
I just have to copy it over there. It just takes a little bit of time. I don't know why it wasn't there. There it is. Okay, I just copied it. So you might need to refresh that screen. And I will look on my end and see if I can see it yet. No, I can't, but it's coming. Why is it doing this to me?